Monica Makes It Happen podcast is proudly supported by Goya. If it's Goya, it has to be good. And by JP Morgan Chase, New York's hometown bank for over 225 years.
I have a feeling after this, there's going to be this Broadway show book that you're going to have to come back and talk to us about.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But why we love you so much. Thanks for coming, being a regular, because we are attached to you for life.
Oh, thank you.
It's not just because of your music, it's who you are, right? I know you can feel it through. Can you feel it through the screen? We have a studio audience. Danielle, you don't have to roll on the whole thing. You can just, just roll on the whole thing. I love that. I wish you could see the cutaway of the studio audience that we have here. A lot of VIPs.
Yeah.
But you're the VIP. Tell me, first of all, Lisa, we know you from your hits. I can't believe it's 40 years now.
40 years of I Wonder If I Take You Home.
And well, not just that. I mean, come on, head to toe. We have a whole series. You are the anthem of
Thank you.
my young time. I mean, it's like every great memory I had as a kid, there was a Lisa song attached to it.
Wow.
Do you think that's why people love you so much? Do you think, what is it about your music that you think connects to people so much? What do you think it is?
Oh, that's such a hard question because I never know. But I think I really do believe that, I'm just a kid from Hell's Kitchen, that loved to sing and wanted to continue to entertain people. And I think through my music, I'm telling you my story. Music is my language and I speak to you through it. I've lived everything that you ever heard me sing. It's relatable and it's from the 80s, man. Ain't nothing like the 80s.
Best. Wow, we have the best studio audience I've ever had. But Lisa, your story is so profound in so many different ways. We're going to talk about the breast cancer. Nobody probably knew that you had breast cancer because you hid it so well, as a lot of us Latinas do, especially Black and brown women. We hide things sometimes, and then we get really sick, and then it could really affect our families and our lives. But let's talk a little bit about you and your story. So you're from Hell's Kitchen. Tell me, how was it growing up? What was your mom and dad like?
I'm the youngest of 10 from a single mom. She raised all 10 of us alone and raised us through music. Anything we did was with music, be it homework, cooking, cleaning, whatever. There was always music playing. She raised us on the Fania All-Stars. Yeah, salsa. Celia Cruz, Tito Puente, Jimmy Sabater, Joe Cuba, Willie Colon. Oh man, I could go on. And anything Motown. My mother was a Motown fanatic, so there was always music, always music. The youngest of 10. There's 7 girls and 3 boys. I was able to watch them go through what they had to go through, and I learned through their experiences. And I did a lot of sneaking out. So Hell's Kitchen was, and still is, like just the melting pot of anything and everybody. And the music scene was right up the block from where I was raised. And I used to sneak into these like bar restaurants and beg them to let me sing. So, being raised in Hell's Kitchen by my mom made me who I am today.
Wow. I could listen to you all day. You know that. You know that.
You.
And that's why you had to be on the podcast. It's interesting when I hear about your story, I think about what a wonderful person you are. How did that happen, though? Because we know the music industry, and now the Lifetime, we have to talk about Lifetime. You have this incredible movie that's on Lifetime that if you want to see the movie, that's how you find out more, right?
Absolutely.
You were the creator. You worked with the creators of this, right? So this is a true story, right?
Yes.
Everything you see is true. And that's amazing that you were able to be that real and that raw. Was it hard? Is it still hard to be that real about what happened?
Absolutely. It took a long time to be convinced to put my story out. Tracy Twinkie Bird, she was coming into my DMs for maybe twice a month for about 5 years,
and
saying we need to
no.
tell your story. And I was like, what? And then Tony, my manager, my girl, she answered for me and said, yeah, we're going to do this. And she sat there and talked to me. She goes, people want to know your story. And I said, I didn't know. I just wanted to sing,
It's so juicy. It's so good. It's so real. It's so, I don't know. I want to scream from the rooftops about who you are, just because I think a lot of people do know who you are. I don't think I need to tell them because you are just out there and you put your heart on your sleeve. And as a musician, that must be very difficult. You were burned so many times. And I want to, after the commercial break, I want to talk a little bit about the personal side of Lisa
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how do you maintain that soul and that beautiful heart in a world of sharks. So that story coming up. All right, we're back. Tell me a little bit about that. How do you preserve your heart and soul in the music industry, which we now know the dark side? I mean, nobody really knew until recently how bad it really was.
It was very, it was a job. And doing what you love should never feel like it's a job, but it was really hard because I love to entertain. I love to sing. And it was always, it was back in the 80s and it was a boys club, you know. I was the only female with two guys from Cult Jam, and then the producers, which were 6, and then the record label, which were all men. And, you know, it was about get it done. Let's go. There was no time for me personally. You know, they wanted to make sure that the work got done, you know. And then when I found out I was diagnosed with ductal carcinoma, I never got great feedback from the people I was working with. It was always, why are you so tired? Why are you sleeping all the time? And are you pregnant? You know, that kind of thing. It was never about how are you feeling? You know, never that. So I hid it. I never told anybody. I just went and got checked, got diagnosed, immediately was able to get my treatments in any city that I was hitting with a pack. And I was on the stage, sick as a dog, losing hair, and, you know, just, it was just, the only thing that made me go was the fact that I love to sing. And remembering the smile on my mother's face, because she went through hell, making sure that her 10 kids, her 10 babies were able to live their dream.
Your mom's story seems to be a very good story, too, to tell. It needs its own film, right?
Yes.
So I almost feel like sometimes, and I feel the same way about my mom, like if you think my story is great, my mom's story is incredible. So is there in your book, is there going to be a very fat chapter on your mom, do you think?
Absolutely.
Could you tell us a little bit about, what's her name? What's your mom's name?
Monserrate Lopez, and I love her dearly still to this day. She passed away 15 years ago, but she's always with me. Mm-hmm. She's still with me, always. She went through it. She was very, very young when she started having babies, and she came here to New York. She came to New York when she was, I think, hitting 19.
Wow.
You know,
yeah.
She came by herself without the husband. He came after, and just, you know, domestic violence. You know,
mm-hmm.
it was the time where, you know, things were not spoken of.
Yes.
You know,
mm-hmm.
You had to be strong Latina mother. You know, taking care of the household, taking care of the kids, making sure everything was okay, while dad was out there doing his thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
she was a very strong woman, and you know, just watching her go through all of that, I wanted to make it great for her. You did,
I
right? Hope I
did. You did.
I hope I did.
Yeah, and I always feel like they're always watching and they're with us, and
always.
It's probably why you've survived, to be quite honest with you. You got an angel on your side for sure.
Siempre.
Yeah.
She's always with
She's
me.
right there.
Yeah.
You know, we have to talk a little bit about this breast cancer. What is your message? Because I know we have similar stories about family having cancer. So what is your message? Like if someone's just like fast forwarding and wants to know immediately about this breast cancer, what do you want to tell them?
I want to tell them that early detection is so important. You know, just go get checked. It doesn't hurt and it doesn't take a long time. Just go get checked. It's better to know now that you can take care of it early, you know, because you can survive this. You can make it through.
You can go on tour afterwards.
I did it.
Look at her. I mean, you would have never known. And again, Mount Sinai, thank goodness for them.
Yes.
Over 40, and they love you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Diego loves you. Over 40, you should start getting the mammograms yearly.
Yes.
You could be like probably a spokesperson. You could, and a medical expert. And then the self-examinations, do what Lisa did. You check in the shower wherever
I was
you're
checking and
comfortable,
you
and you check.
you check. You do
At
the
least
massage.
once a month is what I heard. Once a month.
Yes.
And if you have a history like you did and like
Mhm.
I do, then you're going to have to do the yearly mammograms.
Yeah, and even if you don't have the history, check anyway, because it can happen. Men and women,
Ooh.
both.
See,
So get checked.
she could. Mount Sinai, if you're watching, here we go. Well, coming up after the break, thank you, Lisa, for talking about that.
Thank you.
Coming up after the break, it's our speed round, and then who she wants to be on the podcast. That's next. We're back. Okay, it's our speed round, and I love asking the same questions, and you just never know. Are you ready? Are you ready, Lisa? Are you ready?
You with me, Mom?
I might
Yeah.
throw in a few surprises.
Throw it
just
in,
because
throw
I
it
love
in.
her so much. Biggest accomplishment.
My children. Besides my music, my babies.
She didn't even like pause on that one. That was it. Her children, her babies, and they're both boys, super handsome.
Yes, both boys, both musicians, and 19 and 20. So
It's incredible.
yeah.
Okay, I have to go there. Biggest regret. Do you have a regret? You know how like Frank Sinatra always says, regrets, I have a few. I have a lot of regrets myself, but anyway, I digress.
I was taught never to regret.
Never to regret.
I don't
Wow.
regret anything. Everything that I went through in my life made me who I am today.
So true, right? Everything's a lesson. I know Oprah says that, and we love Oprah, but
Yeah.
she's right. I think you're right,
Absolutely.
right? You don't go. So how much time do you give yourself for any negative energy and negative thoughts? Because you must have negative thoughts as Elise.
I have negative thoughts now, still, all the time. I'm so nervous, you know.
Yeah. So then-
I'm sort of a perfectionist. I
Yeah.
want to make sure that everything is perfect.
yeah.
You know, so like seconds before I get on the stage, I feel like I'm gonna heave. I get so nervous.
Really, still?
Oh my God! I'm always talking to Tony, asking her,
Wow.
It's gonna be good, right? We're gonna be. Is everything okay? Sound is great. Okay. Breathe. You know, always nervous,
Wow.
but it's all right. Again, I turn that into energy. And I just keep it moving.
Yeah, you sure do. And, future, what's next? What's next? Is it? I mean, I've been hearing rumblings of a Broadway show about your story.
I
And you-
want my story on Broadway. I'm putting it out there in the universe. Lin-Manuel, if you're listening, por favor, llámame. Please call me. I'm the real Hell's Kitchen girl. Born and raised,
I
still
see it.
here.
What would the title be? What would you title it? What would it be? I bet you already see the lights.
Oh, straight out of.
Straight out of. That is so good. That was so good. Would it be a ... straight out of ...
Yeah.
Well, I love that. And then who would you want on the next podcast? Who should be on my podcast next? What do you think? Who would you like to see?
with me,
Oh, yeah.
Bad Bunny and Cardi B. Yeah.
I just passed out. Aw.
I want to
You know?
work with them.
Oh
That's
my-
another thing I want to put out there in the universe.
Well, Dave, you're witnessing. We're with Dave Kimmel. If you think we're well lit, it's because Dave Kimmel's in the house. Everybody, Dave Kimmel.
Yay!
And Dave, you're the witness. Rick Ross was the last week, right? Oh my God, what's going on here with all of these big? But you know what? We love
got
you.
it.
You're
Thank
the biggest
you.
celebrity. You're the biggest heart. And if we want to see you, tell our viewers how do we see you? Where do we go?
Go on my Instagram and go into my bio, Real Lisa LL77, and look for all the dates. The 40-year anniversary of Lisa's I Wonder If I Take You Home tour is on right now. Check out all the dates. We're adding more. I'll see you at a city near you.
Oh my God. And I love that. I wonder if you take, but you know, I've always sang that. And I was like, I remember, I don't want to say like kissing people, but I remember kissing people with the song. But I wonder if you Fix My Home is my theme song. I
Oh,
wonder if you fix my home.
What is
Da-da-da-da.
the baby?
Because I need you tonight.
Oh.
She's so good. You are so good. It just
Thank
it's
you.
in your it is who you are,
It's
right?
in my
Do you
blood
sing in the shower?
all the time.
Oh my gosh, okay. Any other questions, guys? Let's get it in now because Lisa's here. We love you so much. Don't forget to watch us too. Pixel 11 News.
Thank you.
She's not going to happen.